Right guys, so ito na naman po tayo for another video that will help you out in terms of the tutorials that I'll be sharing with you. So for today guys, I'm going to share with you how are you going to create a survey using Google Forms. So especially those students, teachers, and other people that are having a hard time using the Google Forms for their survey. So we're going to teach you how are you going to do that, and also on the last part, I'll also show you how to generate the responses using Google Sheets. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. And by the way, this is Sir Ariel, so make sure to subscribe so that you will be receiving more videos like this one that I was sharing with you today. Okay, so let's go and start the tutorial. So initially guys, you're going to open a Google browser. So let's open it. Your browser, make sure you're already logged in using your account. If you're not yet logged in, make sure to log in using your Google account. And under the search bar, you're going to type forms.google.com and then hit enter. Then it will direct you to the page where you are going to create your Google Forms. So it will ask you to start from scratch, and then there are templates here, but I normally use the blank one, so I can customize it with the style or design that I would like to do. So click the blank. Alright, so it will direct you to this one, or untitled form. Here, the first thing that you have to do is you have to rename it. Alright, so you have to rename it. So let's say we're going to put here survey form. Then it will automatically generate on this part as well. So as you can see, survey form, survey form. Moving on, so after you put in the name of the form, of course you're going to put the description. So you can probably put here, this form is used only for educational purposes. All your response will be kept confidential in use only for the school purposes. Alright, you can also put that to make sure that all the information that you will be getting from the respondents will be safe and secure for the data privacy policy. Alright, so once you're done with the description, you're going to continue the first part. So of course, we're going to get the information of the respondents. So here we're going to put here the name. So you can have it formatted like last name, first name, and then the middle initial. So you can have that, and it's going to be on the short answer, and then you can have it required so that you will have their data, and they cannot move to the next one until they put in the information about their names. Now next up, we're going to put here the year-end section. If your respondent are students, so year-end section. Alright, so it also short answer, and it is also required. Okay, next up is the age, but you can have it optional if the respondents are not comfortable in providing their age. Alright, so that is the first section. Now, in adding a section, you have here the option for Google Forms, add questions, import questions. If you have another file that you can use for the questions, you can have the add title or description, add image, add video if it's needed, and then add section. So we're going to use this for another section. So this section will be the question proper. So you can put here the survey questionnaire, kindly answer. I just put here the description. Right, so you can just put that as a description for this. Now you can add the questions now. So adding a question, you just click the plus sign. Now you can have the question. Normally you can put here a number if your question is in a sequence. If you do not want to have it shuffle, so you can put numbers on it. So let's say I'm going to put numbers for the first question. So let's say this is my question: what do you normally use in getting the updated news? And then I will have this multiple choice, or you can have it checkbox, radio, since we're talking about the telecommunications. It's also using frequency as well. Now we can put here the television. Now we can put here internet. And then lastly, the social media. Okay, so these are the different options. So just to check what are the most common source that they are actually using in getting the updated news. Okay. Now this is our first question. We should have put in required for this one because they need to answer it. Now in adding another section again, you're going to click the plus icon here at the side, and then number 2. Let's say I already prepared this one. So in using the television, is using the television or radio an effective way of gathering data? So this is answerable by yes or no. So this is a close-ended question. Yes and no. All right, so that is it. So we already have the options here. So this is multiple choice because they only need to choose one answer for this. Now let's have it required as well. So that is our third question. For the fourth question, this time guys, we're going to use a different options. So this number 3 says here, rate 1 to 5 on how effective the use of telecommunication platforms as a form of teaching and learning process. So this one, we're going to use the linear scale. Okay, so this is what we are going to use. So click the linear scale, and then 1 being the poor ways, and then 5 being the best ways or the most effective. Now, if we're going to check that later, we're going to view how it looks like so you can have an idea. Now, let's have it required as well. Let's finish first the questions. So number 4, this is my question. Okay, who do you think can benefit more if we will use television or on television for online education? So options here, we have elementary students, we have high school students, and let's put in the last one, college students or tertiary. So in this one, you can have it checkbox, or you can also have it multiple choice. It depends. But since we only have 3 options, I will have it as multiple choice. Alright, then let's make it required as well. Now for the last question, because we only have 5 questions, let's put in here, this number 5. Overall, would you recommend the use of telecommunications platform for online teaching? So this is yes or no as well. You can have yes, no, or maybe. Let's add that. Yes, so we have 3 options here, so they can choose any of these. All right, now we're going to put it also required, or how these questions will look like if we are the one who will answer the survey. So let's check here the preview button. So as you can see, we have the preview, we have the add-ons, the theme, if we're going to customize that. Later we're going to check that. Then the preview, we have the undo and redo and then send. So let's click the preview. Here's how it looks like. So we're going to put here, let's say we're going to put our name. So last name, first name, and then middle initial. Now for the year section, so let's say 12 Sharon. Age, let's say I don't want to answer that, so I'm gonna put here not applicable. And then here's how it looks like. For what do you normally use in getting updated news? So they can choose either here, or this one, or this one, or even all of this. They can choose because it's a checkbox, so they can choose any of these options, or they can also probably use just that too, so it's fine. Now second is using television or radio is an effective way of gathering data, so we can probably put no or yes. Now for the linear scale, this is how it looks like. So rate 1 to 5, how effective the use of telecommunication platform as a form of teaching and learning process. So basically 1 poor, 3 is the neutral, and then 5 is the best. Alright, so we can probably use this one. Who do you think can benefit more if we will use television for online education? So I could probably say high school or college, any of these. And overall, would you recommend the use of telecommunications platform for online learning? Maybe, yeah. And after that, you can actually submit it, and let's see. Okay, I'll try to submit that. There you go. So the response has been recorded. All right, now you can see the response here. So I have responded here. Now they will be able to see the response of the respondents. Or another option is you can actually generate that using spreadsheets, all right, or Google Sheets. So you can click that one. You can choose to create a new spreadsheet or select an existing spreadsheet. So you can choose any of these two. So normally I use the create a new spreadsheet, and then you just have to click create. They will automatically generate the response here. Now you already have the timestamp, first name, all the information will be generated. You will be able to see it on your Google Sheets. Alright, that's how you're going to generate the responses from your Google Forms. Now you can close that, and anytime that the respondents will answer the survey, that spreadsheet will be updated. So you're just gonna check that from time to time to check who answered your survey. Now for the settings, you can if you're making a quiz, then you can make this as a quiz, but this is not a quiz, so I will not click that. For the response, you can collect email addresses or no, or you can just make the default in limit to 1 response. If it's a presentation, then you can just edit the settings under the presentation. Alright, so basically those are the different settings that you can actually be aware of in creating survey, and sometimes if you're going to use it for quiz or other things like for data gathering. Oh, by the way, how are you going to share the links? So you're just going to click the send, and then you can send it to the email address of the respondents if you already have their email addresses, or you can just send them the link, the shareable link. You can shorten that, and then you can just click copy. Now it's ready. It says here copy to clipboard. Now it's ready to distribute. If you're going to put it on a browser, they will automatically direct it to your survey or Google Forms. Now they can start answering it. Okay, so that is it, guys. So stay tuned for more videos like this. If you have question or comments or request of contents, you can just comment down below, or you can probably send me a request of the contents that you would like me to do for you. All right, thank you so much again. This is Sir Ariel, and you have a good day. Thank you.